with Roger Staubach, the Hail Mary. How did you catch that? Did you catch it over your back or did you catch it like this?
No, I actually caught it on my elbow, on my hip and my elbow. That's how I secured the ball.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was going down there, running downfield to make the catch, and the defensive back was running with me. But I had another gear I would shift into if I saw that ball was thrown out, and run away from that defensive back, catch it in the back of the end zone, do the toe dance, spike it, touchdown.
Now,
but
Jeff,
the ball was...
Look at the size of his fingers.
Truth, he could take care of it.
But the ball was underthrown. I saw it was underthrown. Came back, did that inside move to get position on the defensive back. And in doing that, by the time I came around, the ball hit my hands. And it went through my hands, and I was bent over. And it slithered through and stuck between my elbow and my hip. And I looked down and said, oh, Lord, I done caught the Hail Mary. Let me get in the end zone. So it was on the 5-yard line. So Nate Wright, the defensive back, he's on the ground. Paul Krause, the NFL's all-time interception leader, he came over, but it was too late. And it was a touchdown. And the best part of that, making the play and all that, but the best part, they thought they had the game won. Like, the best part of that was to silence that crowd. And to hear that stadium, it was overcast, it was minus 10 degrees, and all Viking fans, they didn't have hardly anything on. They loved it, they were loving it. And by the fourth quarter, the end of the game, they full of it. A lot of that beer and everything else they were drinking. So to hear that crowd go hush, that's the feeling that motivates you. Now, after you make the catch, okay, I'm mobbed, but at the old Met, where the Vikings played, it was a part of their baseball field. And so that was the only stadium in the NFL where both teams were on the same sideline. So after I caught the touchdown, I'm in that end zone near the Vikings bench, so I got to go back past that bench to get to my bench. And boy, some of the looks that I got, if looks could kill, I'd be dead right now, 10 times over.
And that was 1976, right?
75.
75.
41 years ago. And Viking fans still talk about that I pushed Nate Wright. That's how I made the play. Of course, I deny that. I admit that there was contact because we're playing football. There might be some contact out there. It's not golf or tennis. And so I admit that I made contact with him, but there was no deliberate push. You can't see all the angles of the video. You can't see no extension, none of that, but just making a play at that time. But even 2 plays before that, we had a 4th down and 17 on our own 25. 4th and 17, that Roger hit me on the post corner on Nate Wright, 22 yards and a 1st down at the 50-yard line. And that was with 32 seconds left. We run a play to the other side because I had no breath. Roger's like, Drew, what do you got? I said, Roger, I got no breath. God darn it, I just ran this route. I said, so he ran a play to the other side, and it was a swing pass to Pearson, and he dropped it. And he didn't drop it on purpose, but it was the blessing in disguise to the Hail Mary later, because if he catches it, we have no timeouts. It's 32 seconds. The Vikings are a veteran team. They take their time getting up and all this, and because he wouldn't have scored from there, and that would have ate up some clock. But anyway, he dropped it. We get back with 28 seconds left, and Roger said, Drew, what do you got? I said, let me run a turn-in takeoff on Nate Wright. He said, fine, run it. And only other guy he told to go out on the play was Golden Richards. Remember Golden? You don't remember. He was the receiver on the other side because we needed maximum protection to give me time to get downfield. He was going to me all the way, no matter what. And Golden ran a post pattern to hold Paul Krause over there, all-time interception leader in NFL history still. And now I'm man-to-man on Nate. I made the move to make the play. And then after that, we kick off to them, and they still got maybe 28 seconds, no, 18 seconds. And on the first play after that, Tarkington goes back to pass, and Tutoff flattens him, knocked him out on the 1-yard line. And while that was happening, everybody's scrambling to get back to the huddle because time's running out. Somebody in the stands threw a whiskey bottle out of the stands and hit the official right in the head.
Dang.
And he went down, and nobody could figure out what happened. So all the people around him tending to him. So as we found out later, somebody did hit him with a whiskey bottle. They threw out of the stands, and blood went gushing out of his head. He's got all these people around him. And eventually he emerges from the crowd of people with a bandage around his head, and he runs off the field because he was done for the day. But that's how upset those Viking fans were. And then even when I caught the Hail Mary, out of the corner of my eye, I could see an orange object. I thought it might be a flag. But when that orange object hit the ground, it kept rolling. I've never seen a flag roll. So it was actually that. It was an orange that somebody threw out of the stands at me. And you could see it in that Hail Mary picture. There's a picture of the orange that I always point out to people that they all miss when they look at that picture. And there's an orange object there, and that was an orange that they threw at me after I caught the ball. But I could see it out of the corner of my eye. When that baby started rolling, touchdown Dallas. I knew there was no flag.
That's good.
So you don't know all that stuff, but
Yeah.
that makes it so awesome to hear the details.
Yeah, and that was it was amazing because that stadium, that Viking team had been to 2 previous Super Bowls consecutively. This would have been their 3rd straight, and they were saying this team was the best team out of all those Super Bowl teams. Nothing but veteran players, no rookies, guys that Bud Grant, they were always the last ones to go to training camp because he didn't need all that work in training camp for his veteran players. The same players every year, bringing them back, getting them in shape, get ready to play the preseason and get ready for the regular season. So they were, the reason we went up there to play them, they had the best record in the conference, and we were the wild card team. We only had lost 4 games that year, but we lost out in winning the division. So we had to go to the best team with the best record. That's why we went up to Minnesota to play them. And so when we get back to Dallas, it's like crazy. It's going crazy. We get word from the pilot that there's a ton of people at the airport. Okay, back then you didn't have no security. You just came to the gate. You know, you just walked up, you parked and came in, you know? And man, there was a ton of people there. So all my teammates made me get off the plane first. So I would take the crowd with me and they would scoot out the other way. And so next day in the paper, well, first of all, after the game, everybody asked Roger Staubach what happened on the play. He said, I told Drew to run this route. I threw the ball as far as I could. I closed my eyes and said a Hail Mary. And that's how Hail Mary became part of sports vernacular. Now, Roger being the captain, he could have said, I said, Our Father, or the 23rd Psalm, John 3:16, something. He could have said anything, but he said Hail Mary. So next day in the paper, we had 2 papers then, the Dallas Times-Herald and the Morning News. The Times Herald had the headlines, Cowboys win by a Hail Mary. And bang, Hail Mary took off from there. And now it's part of sports vernacular, life, business, catch a Hail Mary. It's a situation where your back's to the wall, looks like all's lost. But some way, somehow, you overcome that negative situation. You find that money to pay the rent or the car note or catch a Hail Mary in the last second of the game. And now you had all that in your life, but you didn't know what to call it. And now you know what to call it. It's a Hail Mary situation. And the thing about that is, you know, it's been used after that. A lot of people give credit to Doug Flutie. Remember that play he made in that game against Miami, that bowl game? No. They had a reason why they were able to call that a Hail Mary, because we had done that. So what's cool about that, when I sign autographs, I'm the only guy in the world, because Roger won't put Hail Mary on his autograph. So I'll sign Hail Mary on there, and you know, I'm the only guy that can do that.
Awesome.
I'll write Hail Mary to you, Hail Mary blessing, Hail Mary wishes, Hail Mary always. Hail Mary, Hail Mary. So it was good, and that's like 41 years ago. And Viking fans still are upset. They think I pushed, and I when I got out of football, I started a headwear company. I sold licensed headwear for 23 years. And part of that time, we merged with a company out of Minnesota. They were a distributor for us selling under our brand. And the NFL said, no, you can't have distributors anymore. So we ended up partnering with them. And so they were based out of Minnesota. So at one point, I had almost 100 employees working for Drew Pearson companies in Minnesota. And they were all Viking fans except one. But you know what? It was the right one because he was the CFO. He was a chief financial officer. He was the one that wrote the checks. He said, and before he distributed, he said, make sure you say, make them say, go Cowboys, before you take the check. And some of them had a hard time doing that because they're such Viking fans, you know. So much allegiance back then that, you know, you didn't waver from your hometown team. One time I flew up there to take care of some business. Cab driver at the airport recognizes me. He wouldn't give me a ride. He said, you take the next cab, buddy. You cost us the Hail Mary. So I said, okay, I definitely don't want to ride with you.
Jeff, I'm going to run out and get your shirt, and then I think we probably need to get going here real quick.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you got anything else? We can talk while he's getting there.
What are you up to these days?
Well, I'm doing a lot of different things. Ever since that draft speech I made on draft night, announced the Cowboys' second-round draft pick, my appeal has gone up, way up, and I've been getting a lot of opportunities, so I'm trying to manage that and do as many as I can to take advantage of that. We've also got some business ventures going, Cowboys Legends line that'll be coming out soon at cowboyslegends.com. Legends apparel, Starbucks jerseys, door sets, and stuff like that. And then I'm also opening up a sports restaurant at DFW Airport in Terminal E, Drew Pearson Sports 88 Grill. So, you know, I haven't played in 34 seasons, 34 years, and still getting opportunities like that. And a lot of it I attribute to the fact is that you play for the Dallas Cowboys, you play for Tom Landry. I played 11 seasons. We went to 7 championship games. I could have played in 7 Super Bowls in 11 seasons. So we didn't win it every time, but because of the consistency of winning, people wanted to identify with us. And even without the draft day speech, still got a lot of opportunities for autograph sessions, motivational speaking, and stuff like that. But it's not just me, it's all former Cowboys. Mel Renfro and I, last weekend, we were up in Virginia doing a signing. You know how old Mel Renfro is? 75, okay? And he's still doing autograph signings because he was part of that legacy, the Cowboys, where we were established as America's team. And so we all get a lot of opportunities to take advantage of that. And so people ask, you say, won't you wish you made the money that these guys are making now? You say, sure, absolutely. But how do you put a value on something where 34 years later you're still making money off of that fact? So it all evens out.
Jeff.
Mr. Pearson?
Yes, sir.
This young man told me that who was that sitting down there? We miss you.
Right on.
We miss you.
Right on. I haven't heard that in a while, but I appreciate
we
that.
miss you. Miss you.
I wish I could give you more.
Oh yes. Been a Cowboy fan for a lot of years.
Nice.
Years.
Where are you from here?
Carn City.
Carn City.
Yes.
Right on.
Right on.
I appreciate it.
In Lover Lane also.
God bless you. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd love
Hope
that.
we can see you again.
The Badgers, huh?
Yeah.
KC
He
Badgers.
did, you know, the free games
We did
for
the
Coach
code.
Wood last year.
Really?
Yeah, let him sign your
Okay.
T-shirt there.
Yeah, Coach Wood.
Jim Wood. Yeah.
Jim Wood. We did every Friday during the season.
See, you need to come in to Bill Miller's. You never know who you're going to meet.
See, you just having to walk in?
Yeah, we actually went to San Antonio, came back.
See? You know what you did? You caught your Hail Mary, man. You caught a Hail Mary. There you go. You want to take a picture? Here, come here. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Come here, wife. Come on. That's your wife?
Yes, my wife.
Oh,
That's
bless
good.
you.
Yeah, I tell you.
Man.
That's my little grandson.
Grandson?
Huh?
Yeah, let the wife put that on.
Yeah.
She likes diamonds, I'm sure. She wouldn't want to put it on the middle finger. That's the legal finger. Get in here, buddy.